Neptuna Tarot. My name is Cassidy and I'm so grateful you clicked on today as always. So today we're going to be doing a topic. I don't think I've ever done this topic. Maybe something similar to it, but I don't think I've ever done this topic. So why do people dislike you? I feel like I've seen a few other creators do this topic recently and I just feel really called. These aren't going to be long readings, hopefully. I kind of want to keep them kind of compact, but I'm thinking about also for the next reading just to kind of combat this energy, you know, to do why are your haters wrong, so we can get a bit of like different sides of the story, right? So it's kind of like we are giving a bit of a platform to people who might not really enjoy your energy and letting you know why, you know? So you might be thinking of a specific person here. This might just be general messages for reasons why people generally don't like you. But please do not take these things to heart. If you think that this reading is going to hurt your feelings in any kind of way or damage your self-esteem, like just click off. There's so many other readings on my channel. I do so many other readings where it's like, let me hype you up, let me build your self-esteem, you know, let me kind of tell you why people like you, why people love you. So check out those readings if you think that you might be a bit too sensitive for this one. I completely understand. So today we have 3 options that I shuffled. So we have, these are Studio Ghibli cards here. And I don't know which character this is. I'm gonna have to go ahead and look this up. I wonder if I've seen this movie or not. But we have Justice, that was pulled. Pile 1, Justice. And once again, I can't remember his name in this movie, but this is from The Secret Life of Arietti. One of the main protagonists. I cannot remember his name, but we have the Hermit here. And finally, we have Howl's Moving Castle itself for the Tower here. Alright, so interesting choices we shuffled today. I really can't wait to see what comes out. There will be a 30-second meditation to give you more time with the cards. If you are interested in something more specific to you and your situation, if you have specific questions, I help with general, love, finances, passed away loved ones, or messages from passed away loved ones. So if you're interested in any of that, you can always reach out to me through my Instagram, and we'll go ahead and get you set up and get you a personal reading, alright? Do not hesitate to reach out if you feel called. Alright guys, I will see you at your pile. Bye! Welcome, pile number 1. You chose the Justice card, and after looking it up, this is actually Nausicaa. I hope that I'm pronouncing that correctly, but from Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. So I've not seen that movie. I probably will watch it tonight, since I really want to know this deck. I really want to know the characters. I think that really helps me read here. So what I'm actually getting, interestingly enough, why do people dislike you? It feels almost as if people feel like they can't get close to you. They can't really see what your daily patterns are or your habits. Or I don't know why people want to know this, but it's like there's something about maybe vulnerability, you not really wanting to show vulnerability. So that's kind of a reason why people are put off here. It's like they feel like there's a wall. They feel like you have a wall up, and it does feel a little bit defensive. It feels a little bit offensive as well, like defensive, offensive. That's been coming up lately in readings, but I'm just getting for you, it's like you're not afraid to be a little offensive or aggressive at times, especially when it comes to maybe first impressions or when you're just getting to know people. I think that you have a guard up. I think you aren't very trusting of people easily. Like it takes a lot for people to earn over your trust, your loyalty as well. I just think that you're a very fair person, and I really hate that that's why people dislike you, is that you treat people how they treat you. I think is what's going on, and you mirror back karma in a way. It's like, it's almost like this person will treat you badly, so you will in turn walk away from the connection, give up on the connection. You're not gonna take their calls maybe in the same way you did. It's almost like, what you have people walk a thin line when it comes to you, where it's like they feel a little bit like they have to be careful of what they say and do, because you are not afraid to walk away, to treat people how they treat you, and to mirror back to people who they are, how they treat people. Like I was saying, it's like somebody treats you badly, I don't think you treat them badly back, like a tit for tat. I don't think that's really what it's going on here at all. Like, even though it's justice, I just think that karmically you show people the correct response to how they treat you. So it's like, if they treat you badly, you don't allow it, you walk away. If they treat you well, you build loyalty and trust with that person. And it's like people see that you are very discerning. You're very cautious with your relationships, but it just sucks, because I feel like these are some people that you stood on business with. Like the people that are coming through that dislike you, it's like you stood 10 toes, like you were so serious. That's what it is as well. People feel like, I'm hearing it's not that serious, which just to me gives like a abusive tactic, because it's like, when somebody says it's not that serious, that is basically saying, why do you feel that way? Why are you so sensitive? Which is just, you know what I mean? It's like they would prefer that you just take it. They would just prefer that you would take injustice and allow them to feel powerful or feel power over you. But I don't think you allow that. You don't do that. Like I'm just like seeing like the hammer of justice. I don't know why it's being called that, but it's like you lay down the law. It's like I'm seeing like a Judge Judy kind of energy, where it's like you can communicate exactly why you are upset. You are very direct, you're a bit serious here, and you stand on business. Like, you don't let people just play you and play you and play you. And I think that's what's going on with deja vu, where it's like, I think people that treat others badly, like, it's just their pattern. It's just how they are. You know, have you ever met those people where it's like, they just have a pattern of treating people like shit? And so I think it's like they go and do this over and over and over again, and then they reach somebody like you who like shows the mirror back to them and kind of tells them about themselves, and then you remove yourself from their life. It's like you don't allow patterns to just keep going. You do not allow cycles to just keep repeating. You are willing to walk away from what's no longer serving you. And I'm really getting with this energy, like with her back turned, and also the Eight of Cups is about walking away and not looking back. So like, seriously, like, you stand on so much business where it's like, I'm not even gonna look back. I'm not even gonna give you that last look back to kind of show you that like, I miss this, or I'm heartbroken. Because I think you are tough, like you put on a tough act, like even when things hurt you. So people really also like, that's I think kind of maybe why people don't like you as well. It goes into that vulnerability where it's like you kind of play tough a lot. You act like things don't hurt you when they do. But it's like you really stand on business, and like, you're like, you're not gonna see me cry. You're just gonna see my back. Like, why am I hearing, okay, I'm hearing, this is silly. I'm hearing King Curtis from Wife Swap. I really hope you guys know what I'm talking about, where he is like, he runs away from the house because he doesn't like the new mom's rules. And he's just like, you will never see this face again. And like, that's what I'm hearing, is like, you are serious. But I find it funny that I keep getting like, whenever I was shuffling, I was also getting, okay, it's another like meme. It's like another internet thing where it's like, it's the Lana Del Rey, Nicki Minaj, Sims, when they're like talking to each other, and Lana, it's really stupid. It's like brain rot. But it's like Lana's like, Nicki, like, not every bee can be your son, or something like that. Please roast me in the comments if I butchered that. But it's like Nicki Minaj is like, how could you say that to the Nicki Minaj? Like, it's so silly, it's so stupid. But I find that really interesting about your personality as well, because it's almost like I'm getting communication through like memes, or through like, you do have a fun personality. That's the thing. It's like, you do have a very balanced, fun, harmonious energy, and it's because you've protected your peace that you are able to be yourself. You're able to have fun and be yourself. But that might be something that people hate, is like, they know that you have like a silly side, they know that you have a fun side. So it's almost like when these people get you to this point where you are standing on business, you want nothing to do with them, it really, like, people hate it. People really hate it because they know that this isn't like your normal character. They know that there's a silly, fun person on the other side of that wall, but it's like, once you decide to put your wall up to somebody, that's it. That's it. And I really, my throat, do you guys hear this? Like, that's what I'm really getting. Like, you are not gonna speak to them. Like, and I think people dislike that they feel kind of silenced by you. They feel as if you doing the best thing for you, walking away, not talking to people, removing them from your life, they almost feel as if they don't have their chance to like defend themselves. And I'm seeing like a courtroom in my head. I'm seeing like Judge Judy, like, you're the judge and they are on trial, and it's like they feel like they didn't even get a trial. It's almost like you just made the decision and you walked away, they're put in jail, and that was it. Like, and it's like people hate that because they feel persecuted, they feel kind of like on the spot, they feel like they have to be defensive, they feel like, I'm hearing like stammering, like somebody stammering, like they really can't explain themselves. And I think that that's another thing that you probably look at as a red flag. It's like, if somebody can't explain themselves, if somebody can't communicate and basically, you know, give you reassurance or affirmation that they care about you and they're sorry if they messed up, it's like, to you, I think that that's a red flag where you're like, okay, I don't need to put effort into this. But yeah, with this star here in reverse, it's like, I'm just getting this energy of hopeless. It's like people hate when you lose hope for them. It's like people feel the switch up. People feel when you no longer want them around. Like people, I feel like you are somebody who is very clear as well. Like you might even directly tell people, you know, this isn't for me. I don't know if we should be friends. Like, I don't know. I feel like some of you have actually like said that shit to people. It's like, I don't feel hope for this connection. Like, but there's something else about like you looking outward, you know? It's like you looking externally, you looking ahead. That's what it is. Moving forward, looking ahead. People hate how you have the ability to move forward. You have the ability to make new connections. It really is just giving like people that were shut out from your life because they fucked up. Straight up, you lost hope in the connection, you walked away, you stopped the pattern, and then it's like you looked forward to, we have the Lovers here. It's like you looked towards connections that were truly balanced, truly harmonious, equal. You know, there was equality in these connections. There was justice. There's, you know, I think justice and the Lovers actually go hand in hand. It's the scales. You give what you get kind of energy. You are very much that person. It's like, oh, you want to treat me that way? Then I'll treat you that way. You want to treat me like I'm not shit? Then you're not shit either. Like, and oh, but then at the same time, when people treat you with respect and love, you do the same thing back. So it's just like, it really puts a spotlight on people that didn't treat you well, because to some degree, it's like the outside looking in, they see what happened. Like they actually see from an outside perspective, like, yeah, like they must have pissed off pile one, you know, like they must have did something to pile one to make them not want to be around them. So, because it's not like you would just cut people out for no reason. You're very fair. You're very serious, level-headed, balanced, harmonious. That's your own character as well. I also feel like there's something about communication. We have call, okay? Hearing from, conversation, talking, unblocking. Why do people dislike you? I think that people, especially people who have been cut off, that you've walked away from, they hate that they miss your conversations. Like there's something about the things that you say, it makes people feel grounded. It makes people feel like there's some kind of systematic karma. Like there's right ways to do things. Like, it's just like things make sense. That's what it is. It's like people feel like you have a lot of intelligence, you're very fair, you stick by justice, and it's like, so it makes people really enjoy their conversations with you. My throat is closing up again. This does not happen in my readings like this. Okay. Man, so weird. I really hope I'm not getting sick. Okay. people miss the conversations. Like, people replay things that you said in the past. I think that you actually have no idea how much your words have helped people. Like, there have been times when I think people from your past, they felt very comfortable calling you. You know, if they needed some support, if they needed somebody that just makes sense, somebody that just is grounded and honest and truthful, that really is, like, you stand on business, you're so truthful, you're so fair, and it's like, it really gives, like, whenever you walk away or leave, it's like people feel a bit ungrounded, or it's like they miss those conversations, they miss having a grounding, healing energy around them. Yeah, it's like people fantasize about you calling them. People fantasize about you unblocking them, you coming back. So that it's not only that people dislike that you walk away, but they dislike that they feel this weird hope that you're gonna call or like change your mind one day. Four of Swords in reverse. People feel like you're a bit restless. People dislike you because you work too much. Like, you are so serious. There's something here about your seriousness, and people just kind of feel like they don't know how to build like a relationship with you that's based on like friendship and fun and silliness. It's like they feel almost like I said, I kept seeing like a courtroom kind of energy, you know, where it's like they feel like they're in court. They feel like they have to be serious. They feel like they have to like say the right things and like act the right way. And it does put pressure on people. Like, people feel a bit stuffed, and it's like they feel like they have to work so hard to get past your walls, to basically get to the fun part. They feel like they have to work so hard to do that. And like, you just take life so seriously. Like, you have so many, like, I think you have a lot of goals that you're chasing at this time. And so it's like makes you, I think you're just like super thinned out. Like, you have your hands in so many different things, responsibilities, and you're so focused. Like, people hate it. Like, I think that it's just definitely coming from people that you couldn't vibe with, like people that were not on that wavelength that you're on, because there's other people that are going to be just like you. You know what I mean? That stand on business, that are very focused, that treat people how they treat them. You know, like you will find your people if you have not already. But it's almost like the people that are coming through with this reading of like, why do people dislike you? It's like these are people that just, I feel like they have different values, you know, they have different like standards for their own life. So it's like they might not take things so serious. Like, they might not live life in a very focused way. Like, I kind of am here, I keep hearing like lazy, but you know, it's like just very lazy people who just like, they don't want to go to court, they don't want to be serious, they don't want to be focused. And it's almost like you are kind of like a cold bath, okay? And it's like people hate it because I think you are meant to wake people up to their patterns, to the cycles that they constantly repeat and repeat. Like, you show them that there's another way, you know, you ground people, you make sense. So it's like people that kind of like to live in denial or like to live in a very unfocused way, kind of like, I am hearing like nihilistic, where it's just like they don't care about anything. Like, I think you care a lot, so it's like that's what makes you so serious. And it's like these are people that just like, they're, you know, like they're just kind of like, can we just go get, you know, Starbucks and go to Target, even though they don't really understand why that might not be the best places to be supporting at this time. You know, it's like there's no awareness. Like, they just, these are kind of like, it's giving me people that live by YOLO, is, you know, you only live once, and it's like I don't want to really get into them. This is more so about why do people dislike you, but I just don't want you to take it to heart, because these are just people that are very opposite from you. These are people that don't value justice. They don't value boundaries. They don't value balanced connections. I think it's definitely people that wanted to develop power in a situation, develop power over you in situations that you really, like, they really dislike you because you didn't allow that. So we do have the 10 of Pentacles at the bottom as well. So you could have even walked away from dysfunctional family systems. You could have got divorced. You know, there's definitely a big energy of leaving with the 8 of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, leaving dysfunction, walking away. You call out when something is not working. This isn't working. It feels like deja vu. We are living in this cycle over and over again. Why is nobody saying what's going on here? You know, it's like you confront the patterns and people dislike that. They dislike that you stand on business, that you confront the patterns, that you call out dysfunction. You let people know, look, we might have established something that was extremely long-term and we all put a bunch of effort into this, but this was built on a shaky foundation and nothing here can actually grow or develop because of this dysfunction or because of a lack of foundation. It's like you call it out. We do have decision here. Wrong reasons, contemplating, stay or leave, uncertain. So once again, huge energy of stay or leave. You have the final decision. Like, you have made a lot of decisions, hard decisions, and people dislike you for that. There's people that feel like you've made the wrong decisions or like you had the wrong reasons behind, you know, staying or leaving. But yeah, people don't like that. You know, they feel a bit uncertain about whether or not you will stick around as well. You know, uncertainty, stay or leave. Like they're just like, wow, like I don't know if this person will be here for the long run. But also you have to worry about that because it's like most narcissistic people expect loyalty. They expect blind loyalty. So even if they are over there doing the worst things possible, they still expect loyalty from, I don't even want to call them their friends, like subordinates, you know, like from their people. Like they like to have power over them. So it's like, yeah, I just feel like you have a very sound sense of self, a sound sense of justice, and if people don't like it, it really just says more so about them. So that's all I have to say about that. I think that's really all I'm getting for you, pile one. This is really interesting. Should we do one more? Okay, I have this deck over here. It's the Rider-Waite, but it also has like some descriptions. So we're just gonna read that description. Why do people dislike you? Okay, just one, not the half of the deck, please. Okay, there we go. That one jumped out. The Tower in reversed. Continued oppression, trapped, confinement, locked in old ways, weak foundation, avoidance. I think, oh gosh, I just don't like the energy of the people that dislike you because they're trying to flip the script and they're trying to say that it's actually you who is locked in your ways. You have the weak foundation. But I really, like I said, I think it just puts a spotlight on these people. Yeah, people don't like you because they feel trapped. They feel like confined. They feel like you put a spotlight on their shadow. So people that are locked in their own old ways and they have these weak foundations, they would much rather avoid all of this. They would much rather stay in deja vu where they just repeat the pattern over and over again. So because you break out of this, you are the tower. I think that's what it is. People don't like you because they're trying to avoid tower moments in their life. They're trying to avoid change, and you come in and tell people this is what needs to change. Like, y'all are gonna live in deja vu. You're going to live in continued oppression. You're going to stay locked in your old ways unless you embrace change and let the tower fall apart, let things crumble, let things, fall away that we don't need anymore. Ooh, you are so strong, pile one. Like, I would love to be your friend. Like, genuinely, even though these people suck that are coming through, you seem like my kind of person, You know who you are. I think you're well spoken. I think you walk away from situations that don't serve you. I just have a lot of respect for you, because me just saying those things is one thing, but you actually doing that in your life, that's a big thing. That's very brave of you. It's shows so much strength and courage, and it shows so much about your character. So I have a lot of respect. All right, thank you so much for being here, pile number one. I really hope you resonated. If you did, give me a like, comment down below. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, I'm sending you love, light, protection, blessings. All right, bye. It. Wow, okay. Bottom of the deck, absolutely, so cute. Interesting. Oh, interesting. Bottom of the deck. Welcome, pile number twos, to your reading. You chose the Hermit, and this character is actually named Sean from The Secret Life of Arietti. I love that film so much. With this character, there's something very gentle about your energy. There's something very sweet. I think you could be very soft-spoken, a lot of you that chose this pile, and I think you really, really love your alone time. Okay, you love your privacy. You love to spend time alone. It's not to say that you don't enjoy friendship or like relationships, like that's definitely not what I'm saying, but I think that you spend a lot of time to yourself to recharge, to become grounded, to kind of regulate, to reset your energy. It's just very, very important to you. But people dislike it because they feel like you spend too much time alone. They feel like you keep to yourself too much. We have so many hidden energies with the cards being, hidden from us at this time. It's hard to read. Like, people, as people, we like to categorize things, we like to understand, we like to put things in boxes and label them. And I think that with you are doing so much like introspection within that it's very protected, and people from the outside are not able to like project onto you or label you or put you in these boxes that they would like to. they would really like to kind of categorize you, and it's like it's none of their business, you know what I mean? It's like you're not a science experiment, you're a person with a heart and soul kind of energy, and it's like if you don't respect that, then I don't need your companionship, I don't need your friendship, because there is that element too where it's like you do not like drama. I really feel like you do not like loud things. I feel like you could also be sober. That could be a thing where it's like you know, take it if it resonates. That's not for everybody, actually. That's coming through very clearly. I'm hearing like 15%. So that's interesting. 15%. Okay. But yeah, some of you, like, maybe you used to indulge or do things, but maybe then you became sober. So I think that's a reason certain people dislike you, because they, you know, they can't indulge around you. They don't feel comfortable anymore. Or it's like you could just be very straight edge. Like you've been straight edge all your life and you just don't mess with that, you know, like you don't F with it. There's just something here as well about like toxic relationships. Like you pick up very quickly when somebody is disturbing the peace. Like you protect your peace so much. That's why people dislike you, is because you're protected, you are peaceful, you have such a big heart, and you're very sensitive, and so it kind of demands that people act respectfully, that they kind of, like, I feel like honestly what I'm getting is like with the internet nowadays, it's like there are people that have just become very cruel, and they've given in to kind of like their internet bully brain, where it's like they're constantly like criticizing others or like picking things apart, or it's like they feel very entitled to people's like business, and it just kind of gives me like, because of the internet, I don't know why that's coming through, where it's like because of the internet people might feel entitled to know more about you than they should, than like people should. It's like, and it's also like I said, something about like online bullying, where it's like when people meet you or spend time with you in real life, it puts a spotlight on their cruelty, because like these are people that dislike you are very cruel minded, and they don't understand why you have such a big heart. Like these are people that are very like cold and cruel, and like they look down on people who are soft, and they look at it as weakness. They look at your softness as weakness. So, but I think that it makes it very clear to you, because you are so soft and peaceful. It's like when people come in with their drama, with their bullshit, when people come in with their cruelty, it's clear as day. It's so clear. It's like, what's disturbing the peace in this environment? You know, it's like very obvious. And I feel like you don't stick around. You do not stay in toxic situations. Like once you recognize something as disturbing your peace, you cut the cord. You know, I think that it does hurt you a lot more than it does hurt pile one, because that is kind of a similar message with pile one, where they walk away. Pile one walks away, they do not look back. I feel like you could be kind of the person that wants to look back, and it's like it breaks your heart a bit. You know, the people that you have to cut out and remove yourself from, I do think that it hurts you a lot. I think what I'm feeling is an energy of disappointment, really, where it's like you could have really had hope. Like you give me like the kind of person that you see the best in everybody, and it's like you really hope that these people are the best versions of themselves, and then it's like once you are given signs of like cruelty or toxicity, you're like, damn, like it hurts. It's disappointing because you had high hopes. But that's just like the soul that you are. I think you're just such a loving energy. I really do get that. Like where it's like you wish that you could help everybody. I think that you know, there's a part of you that wishes you could help these people that you've had to walk away from, which it's just so silly because it's like it's not your responsibility. It was never your responsibility, but you have that heart where it's like you wish that you could help the world heal. But let's focus on, why do they dislike you? Because I feel like we got a little off track. Because it's just giving you, once again, with pile one, like maybe I'm just on my viewer's side too much, where it's like, I love you guys so much, and it's like, why do people dislike you? You know, it's like, I don't understand it. So it's hard to like get these energies and be like, what? Because what I'm getting really is the energy behind it, where it's the problem really isn't my viewers. Like maybe I'm toxic for saying that. Like I really don't think you guys are the problem. We have other cards to come out, but it's like it always seems to become like people dislike you so much. For what? For being peaceful? For being loving? Like for not allowing people to disturb your peace? It just doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, it really doesn't. So it makes sense though that it's coming from people that are probably toxic. You know, we have the devil here. You know, these are people that wanted to keep you bound to them, very controlling. They wanted you to feel trapped, like you couldn't walk away from them as well. And I feel like people dislike you because even though you might come across as like, we have a little milk here, so like a baby, like you come across a little bit like people, I always say this word wrong, infantilize, I think that's the word. You know, it's like people baby you, people, because you have such a, you know, big heart. It's like people expect you to be like very weak, but it's like, I don't think you're weak, I think you're soft. And softness is actually a strength. You know what I mean? It's just the perspective of these people looking down on softness. They look at that as a weakness, whereas I think it's actually one of your best traits or your best strengths. So you are not afraid to take a risk. You know, I think that you are not afraid to start from scratch as well. Like, you get really excited about new paths that open up to you, new opportunities. So it's like, even though people might expect you to kind of stay trapped, it's like they dislike you because you're not afraid to start over. You're not afraid to start over. It's like you have so much of this peace built internally that even if you have to like break the chains or walk away from things, it's like you get excited about what's to come. You get excited about the new opportunities that actually have space now in your life because you're not having space taken up by these toxic things. People dislike you because you're not what they expected. They look at you as like weak. They look at you as like, I'm hearing easy lunch. And now I'm kind of getting like easy lunch money, which goes back to a bully thing. It's like bullies dislike you because they thought that you were easy. They thought that you would make them feel power and control. And they're wrong, because actually this softness is strength. You do have boundaries. You're not afraid to start over. It's like these are people that also, like I said, they want to categorize you. They want to label you. They want to put you in a box. And when you are not who they expected you to be, they get upset. They dislike you because you're not what they expected. Like, I think you're actually very adventurous, and I think you like to seek adventure. I don't know. I just keep getting adventures, like very curious, very open, a risk taker. It's like people don't expect that from you. And I don't know why. It might be because, I really hate to say this, but it's like people might dislike you because Sean here is sick in the movie. It's like people might dislike you because you're sick. And that can even go in terms of like mental illness or like just other disabilities, like people disliking you or thinking that you're weak because of these things. And then they get close to you and they're like, oh, I made all these assumptions about this person and I hate them because I'm wrong. Kind of energy. The 9 of Cups. Absolutely. And it's like, what are you protecting? What are you hiding? Your wish fulfillments. Like, I think that things are actually aligning for you. Like, you're getting what you want. You're getting the adventure that you want. You're getting the new beginnings that you want. And it's like Spirit is wanting to help fulfill your dreams, your wishes. They're wanting to provide to you exactly what you need. Like, I don't know, I feel like if you're here, I'm just getting such an emotional energy, but at the same time it feels spiritual. Like, I feel like you are spiritually connected. People dislike you because you trust the divine. You trust the divine, you protect yourself, and you get, I do want to say, rewarded for it. Like, I don't know if some of you here feel like you're always supplied for, like you always somehow manage to have abundance or to have your wishes fulfilled. It's like some of you might consider yourself lucky here, but it's really, I think it's just your connection with Spirit, and Spirit kind of showing you that yes, dreams can come true. Like, yes, we can make miracles happen. Yes, we love that you have faith in us and that you're trusting in us. Spirit dearly loves you. Like, and I think people hate that. Like, people hate that you're connected. People hate your emotional, spiritual energy. People hate that you get what you want. Like, you're very lucky. It's like people just hate it. They're like, how does good things always happen to pile 2? King of Wands in reverse. I think you have a shadow just like everybody else. People dislike your temper. I think you actually do get upset at times. Like, you're very peaceful, very soft-spoken, but once you it's like people try to push you, I think, as well. It's that cruelty, that bully energy. I think you have experienced people that have really poked and pushed you and wanted you to explode, and I think that you have. I think people dislike you because you will reach a breaking point, and I think you are the person that you're so soft-spoken and then suddenly you scream at somebody and everybody is like shocked because why is pile 2 upset? And then it becomes more so about, what did you do to pile 2 to make them upset? Because, like I said, you're usually so soft-spoken, you're usually so peaceful, but just like everybody else, you have a shadow, you have a temper at times. You're sensitive, you have deep emotions. And so I think when people are cruel to you and poke at you, there are times when you crack and you say, fuck you, and I feel like you're aggressive. Like, you could say harmful things, like fiery things, you can tell people how it is. Like, I'm thinking about Sean from the movie, and it's like, I can't remember directly, but I feel like there's moments where he stands up to his aunts, or like he stands up to them, and it's like, it's really surprising because it's like they look at him as so like weak and sick, but actually I can stand up for myself. Actually, I do have a loud voice if you want me to have a loud voice. You know what I mean? It's like that aggressive nature can come out if that's what you're wanting. And people dislike that about you. I think it scares people because it really gives me like the Hulk. It gives me like, I have to stay calm. I'm very peaceful. I'm keeping my energy regulated. But then it's like, oh, you want to make me angry. Like, you want to make me angry. Like, I'll show you angry. And so it's like people get what they're looking for. You know, it's like people do kind of get that reaction that they're looking for, but at the same time, it's very selective when you do crack. You know, it's like you're not just gonna crack over any old thing. It's got to be something that somebody's really being cruel and like trying to trigger you. So it's like it just puts the spotlight back on that person. Like, what did you do to pile 2 to make them rage out like that, you know? Lost. Running away, emptiness, feeling invisible, cutting off. People feel, okay, this goes into perspective once again, because it's like, these people see your softness as weakness. I see it as a strength. So these people are wanting to say that you're lost, and that like when you cut yourself away from toxic situations, what do you expect toxic people to do? They want to spin the narrative in their favor. They want to make you look crazy, right? They want to gaslight you. And so I think that a lot of people use the word lost when it comes to you. Because you're not afraid to start over, right? You're not afraid to like jump off a cliff and be like, I have so much trust in the universe that I know that I'm gonna land on my feet. Like, people look at that as crazy. They look at that as lost, especially people that like to be in power and control, or they like to be predictable, or, you know, it's like, you're not predictable. That's why people dislike you, is because you're not afraid to go on adventures, risk take, trust the universe. But it's like people look at it as like gambling. I'm thinking of the gambler card in my archetype deck, where it's like you have blind faith in the universe, and it's like people look at that as a little bit crazy, or like you're lost, or like you don't know what you're doing, you're just being impulsive, you're being reckless, you are making bad decisions. You know, like these are people that would love to get in your head and make you feel lost. They dislike you because they look at you walking away from toxicity and starting over. They look at it as running away. Like you're just running away. And also, like I said, like you have so much privacy, or it's like you keep to yourself. So it's like people just feel like you're lost and you're alone and you're empty and you're just running away from your problems. I see it as you're protecting your peace here. Gamble, that's so crazy. I just said I was seeing the gambler card from my archetypes deck. I kind of want to get it out. Hold on. All right, so we found it. Gambler. I love this card. So light attribute, willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Willingness to follow intuition even when others doubt you. Willingness to follow, people hate your intuition. People dislike your intuitive spiritual nature. People dislike how people feel like spirit favors you. They feel like you get wish fulfillment. You get things that you want. But it's also shadow, relying on luck rather than hard work. So people feel like you're just lucky. Like I said, we talked about that too. People hate your luck. They feel like, oh, pile 2 doesn't have to work so hard. And look, it says taking a risk, poker face, not showing feelings, rolling the dice. Like, that is so spot on. Like, people hate that you have a poker face. People hate that you don't give yourself away, that you're kind of a mystery here. People also hate that you are willing to take a risk. you're willing to gamble. You are willing to listen to your intuition even when everybody else around you is doubting you and saying you're crazy. It's also kind of giving like, okay, Sean, you know, he saw these little kind of Thumbelina looking people, right? These tiny people, and it's like nobody could believe him, but he still believes, you know, he still believes, he still trusts what he saw, kind of energy. So it's like, that's the energy I'm getting, where it's like you trust the visions or the messages that you're given. You trust your intuition. Bottom of the deck, we also have the Knight of Cups, okay, which I was basing some of the beginning energy off of this Knight of Cups. Like, you're a big sweetheart. People hate you because of how big your heart is, how much you love, how much you also intentionally bring love into situations. Like, I think that you intentionally are like, come on guys, like, let's all come together, and like, you believe in unity and peace. And like, I don't understand, why do people dislike this? You know, it's so hard for me as a reader, because I'm like, you are literally like an earth angel, sweetie pie. I don't know, I feel like you deserve the protection that you have here, but people hate it. People hate to see you in this energy of love and happiness. We also have soulmates, the one, deep love, spiritual connection, life partner. And with spiritual connection, once again, people hate that you have that deep connection. And people also hate, if you are in a relationship with a soulmate at this time, people hate on it. People do not want to see you happy. If you're single, it's like people feel like this is going to happen for you. They're like, it's just going to be pile two's luck. That of course they're going to meet the one. They're going to have a deep love. They're going to have a life partner with somebody they're spiritually connected to. It's like, these are such haters that are coming through. These are people, bullies, haters, that just, they hate to see somebody at peace. They hate to see somebody happy. So screw them, right? Let's get one last card to close out the reading here. Why do people dislike you? I don't dislike you. You and pile one, like, let's be friends. Let's start a community. Comment, you know, let's get some readings. Oh. Obstacles, ignorance, pretense, threats, disempowered, insecure. So that's how people want to see you. I think that's like the cruelty. That's like the cruelty of it. It's like, this is how people see you and dislike you, is because they see you as being naive. They see you as being the fool. They see you as being ignorant. So they also are seeing you as like weak and insecure, disempowered. And so it's like, we have threats here. It's like, these are people that wanted to make you feel small, wanted to make you feel weak, threatened. They dislike you because you're not scared to love. You are not scared to have an open heart. These are people that are terrified that love makes them weak, but they are missing out on the power of it. And you are an example of the power of that love. Wow, this was so cheesy and lovely, and I just thank you so much for being here. Okay, pile number 2, I really loved your energy. I really hope the reading resonated as well. You know what to do, so if you resonated, give me a like, comment. I would love to hear from my pile 2s. Until next time, guys, I'm sending you love, light, protection, blessings. Bye. Welcome, pile number 3s. You chose the Tower. Alright, with Howl's Moving Castle. Why do people dislike you? People feel like you are a rolling stone. People feel like they cannot pin you down. People feel like you're always on the move, you're always on the go. It almost kind of gives an energy of like, people don't like you because they feel like when they need you, you're not around. It's like when they need your help, or when they need you to kind of be stable or like reliable, they feel like they can't get that from you. Okay, so this one I will say is probably the most harsh of the piles. So just be a little cautious. Like, if you feel like you're not gonna take this very well, just yeah. Because people have a lot of opinions about you. I will say you're probably outspoken. I just feel like I'm getting like a nomad hippie energy as well, where it's like you are on the go, like you're on the roll. It's like people never know where you'll be. It's like maybe you don't have like a solid routine as well, where it's like, okay, this person's gonna be at work at this time, or I know that they're gonna be at grandma's house at this time. I don't know, there's something about like people can't find you. It's almost like people try to call your phone is what I'm getting as well. People will call and they won't get a response, or like they won't like they'll be texting you and you won't be responding. It's like people just feel like you're unreliable, unfortunately. So even if you don't resonate with like not answering as well, it just kind of feels like you go MIA sometimes. This pile's hard. I don't like the other two piles. I could easily see like where they've been wronged, but it's almost like people feel like you are the problem. Like people really feel like you are not a good friend here with the Three of Cups in reverse. Like people feel like you focus more on like partying or like having a good time. Like you're a pleasure seeker is why people are saying they dislike you. Yeah, it's because you maybe like you drink too much as well. There could be that energy coming through. But it's like people feel like you're just not a very good friend. And like maybe there could be an energy where it's like when you drink, you become very bitchy. You become very like mean. You become gossipy. But there's an energy of like you might not even need to drink to be in that energy where people are saying that, you know, like people dislike you because they feel like you're kind of catty, you're gossipy, you are not a good friend, like you're not a loyal friend to people. People just feel like they can't trust you, like you're not reliable. And with the Four of Wands in reverse, it's like there's something even here maybe about housing, which I'm so sorry, you know, I wish we all had affordable, solid housing. You know, I think that's something, my voice breaking. That's something I believe every human being deserves, is a safe place to ground themselves. But people dislike you because they feel like you don't have that. They feel like you're not stable. They just feel like you're not grounded, you're not stable, you're not building a solid foundation for yourself. They feel like you're just kind of gone with the wind. They feel like they can't really rely on you. Yeah, they can't trust you. I know I said that, I'm sorry. Sometimes the energies build on each other, like what I'm getting. People feel betrayed. I don't know, it's coming through. People feel let down by you. People feel like they could have put their trust in you, and maybe something happened where it's like you gossiped about them, you hurt their feelings. You know, with the housing situation, you know, maybe there was some kind of living situation where they let you into, like they let you live with them, is kind of what I'm getting, where it's like you didn't respect the space, or you were never home, you were always MIA, or like people didn't know your routine. Maybe you got home in the middle of the night. There's an energy here of like maybe you were a bit messy, you know, with Howl's Moving Castle. When Sophie gets to the house, it is a wreck. It is a mess. So that could be another thing, that people dislike you because they feel like you don't take care of your things, like you're not very clean. Oh my goodness, this pile, I'm so sorry, pile 3. If this is not resonating, please pick another pile, but I'm just getting the worst. Like, I don't know what's going on with you or with them that would warrant this kind of like discussion. Like, I don't know how else to say that. It's like people usually feel like they have a right to say this if it's true, you know? So it's like, I don't know. What did you do? Pile 3, what'd you do? Are these people just crazy, or like, is there some truth to it? Like, people feel like they've maybe given you opportunities, or like helpful favors is what I'm getting. They feel like they've tried to help you different times, and it just, there was never any stability that really came from the situation. But people still feel like you're like kind of, you're really just focused on yourself, and that could be another reason why people feel like you're not a very good friend, is because it's like you're always kind of in this energy of crisis. You know, it's always like, I'm always in crisis. Like, I never have a place to stay, or like I'm always out drinking and partying. Like, I'm always in this crisis energy. And it's like people still feel like you're self-focused. Like, you're like, as long as you get what you want, that's all that matters kind of energy. It's like, as long as you get like your alcohol, as long as you have a couch to sleep on, as long as like you like don't have to work. There's an energy here of like not wanting to work either, which I get. I totally get that. But it's almost like people dislike you because they feel like you still get like what you want. Like, there's an energy here of wish fulfillment. So it's almost like, even despite you being like a bad friend or being unstable, it's like people still feel like you get what you want. Like, and it feels unfair. Like, people see it as unfair. Like, why does pile 3 get this, even if they're being a complete nightmare to people? With the 8 of Cups, yeah, I mean, that's just, once again, this emphasis of like rolling stone, you're on the go. You just kind of walk away from situations as well, and like don't look back, with no remorse as well. Like, people feel like you just, like, you don't feel any like regret, or you don't feel like, yeah, it's really just coming through as regret. Like, if you do something wrong, it's like people feel like you're not gonna come to them and apologize. As long as you've got what you need, that's what's important to you. Bottom of the deck, we do have children. So immaturity, innocence, childhood. So you could have children, and that could also be why people dislike you. Not that you, because you have children, but because you're unstable and you have children. It's like people feel like you're not treating your children correctly by providing such an unstable home life, or also setting an example of like being somebody very catty or gossipy. They dislike you because they think that you're very immature. They think you're immature. Like, a lot of people, I hate to say this, but they look at you as a child. They look at like they're dealing with a child. I'm getting people dislike you because they feel like you're lacking some emotional intelligence. This is rough. I'm so sorry, pile 3. I feel like I'm going in, and I just like, I hope you're doing okay. We're like 10 minutes in, so we still have a bit of a ways to go. But man, this is rough. This is really rough. Rough. Sorry. Sorry, I started barking. And what's funny is Cinnamon Roll, he is a dog. This is not me roughing with my dog cards. Okay. Sorry. I feel like I'm trying to like ease the tension. Okay, like this is a rough one, man. Yeah, people dislike you because they feel like you just do your own thing. Like you're not really looking at the like, I don't want to say the status quo, but it's kind of getting that. It's like you are doing your own thing. You're kind of on your own planet. It's like you just, people feel like you just care about yourself and like that's it. And they just don't understand you. They really, like, a lot of these people just don't really understand you. So it's like, even if you're coming from a good place, even if you feel like, you know, some of these traits have truth to it, but it's not as bad as these people are making it out to be, you know, it's, people just feel like they just don't understand. They're like, and like I was saying with pile one, it could just be that these are people that have very different morals and values than you do. And for you, some of these things like gossiping or, you know, maybe having instability, it's not like a horrible thing to you, but to another person it's just awful. So it's like, it's all about perspective. This is just why people are saying they don't like you, okay? So don't take it to heart. But we have Ace of Cups in reverse. Oh my goodness. People dislike you because they feel like you don't put enough love into yourself. Like they feel like the reason that you act in this kind of chaotic nature, without stability, without routine, without social intelligence, you know, in friend groups and social circles, they're blaming it kind of all on this lack of self-love. Like they feel like you don't know how to give yourself this routine out of self-love. You don't know how to give yourself stability from your self-love. You don't know how to, you know, maybe even read some books on emotional intelligence, or just, you know, kind of be, I'm hearing listen, don't speak. Like some of you here, you might speak a lot, okay? Like you might like to talk, you might like to, you know, discuss, but people feel like you're not really there, like for them. They just kind of feel like you're dominating the conversation. So it's almost like just having a little bit more awareness of like other people's feelings around you, but they just feel like it's from a place of like you not caring or you not having enough self-love. And I just did this, you know, underneath we have the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. People feel like you can't stand independently as well. Like even though you're doing your own thing, it's like you always kind of go back to like maybe needing favors or like asking for, you know, things. Like you can't seem to be independent. It's like I said, it feels like this energy of like I'm responsible for a child. Yeah, people are disliking you because they feel like you need to grow up. They feel like you need to really love yourself enough to give yourself the things that your inner child wants and needs, but also to become that adult version of yourself for that inner child. Like people just feel like you're kind of flying by the seat of your pants. I don't know. There's also an energy of codependency. You know, my 9 of Pentacles in reverse, that's my big codependency card. So people feel like it's like they feel like you don't have the self-love, and you also might be putting other people's validation, but that doesn't even make sense, right? Like, you might be craving other people's validation. Or, yeah, it's coming through more so as like you just always kind of need to rely on people versus like being able to stand on your own. But it's coming from a place of like immaturity. Like the reason why you can't stand alone is because you're being immature. Okay, so we also had this energy of ravenous. I don't think I can show it because like her boobies out. It says uncontrollable desires, appetite for sex, insatiable hunger for pleasure. And that's what I was getting, is like people feel like you're a pleasure seeker. People feel like you just kind of like are a black hole where it's like you'll just take. That's what it is. People feel like you're a taker. That's why they don't like you, is because they feel like they don't really get reciprocation. They don't really get anything in return. It's like you get your wish fulfilled and then you're gone, and like MIA, you're not even emotionally available. But when you do hang out, it's kind of chaotic. There could be drinks or just instability, gossip going on. So it's just like, it doesn't feel very good. Like, people seem to dislike you because they feel like you're seeking pleasure to kind of fill the void. Because, and once again, it kind of ties back into like not having self-love. Like you're trying to fill some kind of void. What is this void? You know, people feel like you're filling a void. We do have only you, focused on just you, observing you, watching you. There's no one like you. People feel like you get obsessive with your partners. People feel like when you like somebody, it's like you only see that person. Like people, I hate to say Part 3, but it's like people just seeing you as selfish, and like you only focus on yourself. When you like somebody, it's like that codependency, I think, kicks in as well, where it's like it only becomes about them and their validation, and people just feel like they can't rely on you because you're so focused on filling that void, seeking validation, seeking pleasure. It feels like specifically seeking validation from like the opposite gender, you know, like relationally. Clown. Degrading appearances, shame, humiliation. People don't understand you. It's like I'm kind of getting like the tears of the clown, Smokey Robin. Sorry, not to laugh, I'm just thinking of Ryan from The Office, okay? That's the only song he knew by Smokey Robbins. Oh my god. No, not me thinking about Ryan from The Office. Like, people kind of see you as maybe Ryan energy. But yeah, we have clown. Degrading appearances, shame, humiliation. People feel like your behavior is to some degree a performance. People feel like your behavior is like a cry for help, like a performance. It's like you're doing this to kind of show other people how much you're hurting, or like chaos. There's an addiction to chaos is what it feels like. And people feel like you're dealing with like shame that you're like not wanting to look at. And so you're just kind of in this state of denial, this state of this filling this void. And it's like people are looking at you as a bit silly. Degrading. People feel like you're mean. I will say that. People dislike you because they feel like you degrade or gossip about them, like you say negative things about others. This was a tough reading, guys. I was watching this show yesterday. It's New York Goes to Work. And in the show, she's kind of like a city girl. She goes and she has to do all these kind of crazy jobs, right? Like pig farming, wrestler, all these like crazy jobs, right? Like ghost hunting. But there's this one episode where she's doing clown work. They want her to be a clown. I was literally just watching this yesterday, and this is one of the only episodes where she doesn't get the check at the end of the episode. You know what I mean? It's like, I don't know, I'm just kind of seeing New York in my head, where it's like New York is very chaotic. She is very focused on herself, like self-centered. When she doesn't get that check, she basically starts cursing and just gets in the car and drives away. Like all she cared about was getting that money. She didn't emotionally care about any of those people. It was very selfish. Like that's kind of the energy I'm getting, where it's like people just don't understand why you do the things you do. So it's like they have to kind of speculate, like, is it because they're trying to fill this void? Do they struggle with shame? Do they struggle with codependency? Do they struggle with lack of self-worth? Are they just immature? It feels like not all of this might be true, but it's like these are people trying to understand, trying to come up with theories of like, why does this person act like a clown? Why is this person all over the place, you know? Why is this person all over the place? So let's get one last card to go ahead and see, why do people dislike you? I'm so sorry, pile 3. This was awful. But maybe it's leading to you doing some self-reflection. You know, if you are resonating, if you're still here at this reading and you're sticking with it, and you know that some of these things are true, it's like, it's never too late to self-reflect. It's never too late to look in the mirror and say, I want to change. I don't want to be this way. Oh, we have the Queen of Wands. Warmth, passion, enthusiasm. What is going on? Okay, it's like the mosquito thingy, I think. I'm seeing 222 on the timer. Okay, so it really all starts with self-love. Exactly. Okay, so I don't think that this is a message anymore for why do people dislike you. I think that this is more so advice from spirit, because they're wanting you to look at who you could be and the qualities you could possess. Like we have the 9 of Pentacles upright, and we have this Queen of Wands. Like I feel like you could really harness this chaotic energy into a positive force. You know, it says warmth, passion, enthusiasm, determination, adaptable, steady force, independence, right? These are things that you need to work on. You know, I think you have the potential here to become this Queen of Wands energy, but it will take some work. You know, it's like work on your warmth, work on your determination, your adaptability, become a steady force. You know, find levels of stability and independence that people can rely on, that, you know, people feel safe and warm around your energy. And we also have this 9 of Pentacles. So it says accomplishment, inheritance, covetousness, self-care, reward, satisfaction, luxury. Like I really am heavily getting self-care. Self-care, working on your independence, working on building something for yourself, something very stable. I really get like you deserve to have something that's stable in your life, a stable foundation. I feel like you could really turn things around, and all it takes is just kind of admitting that there's a problem, getting out of denial, looking at yourself really hard in the mirror. We all have a shadow, okay? We all have a shadow. And I think, unfortunately, your shadow has a bit more control at this time, at least from these people's perspective. And so some of you might be feeling like it's hopeless, you know, but you're not hopeless. You're not a lost cause. You can definitely turn things around. I think that you have this Queen of Wands within, and with the Nine of Pentacles coming out reversed, the energy is still there. Even though it's kind of stuck right now, it still can happen for you. I think that you can become very independent, stable, self-reliant, full of self-love here. But it just kind of starts with honesty. Let's be honest with ourselves. Have we treated people very well? Have we been grounded? Have we been living in a lot of chaos? Have we been trying to run from our shadows and fill our life with distractions and pleasures instead of really facing the honest truth? And keep in mind, like, when you experience like trauma or shame, humiliation, whatever this clown energy is, that trauma gets stored in your body until you're ready to deal with it. So I'm gonna leave it at that, pile number 3. This was very interesting. This was a tough reading. This is probably one of the toughest readings I've done with the last couple months. Like, I was just telling pile 2, it's like, I just love you guys so much. I want to be on your side, but there are times when it's like this, where it's like, I think you kind of need to do a bit of self-reflection here. Oy, 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 oy. Okay, I love you guys so much. Thank you if you're still here. Give me a like, comment, subscribe. If you feel called here, I'm sending you so much love, light, protection, blessings. Bye. British girl. You're so precious. Oh my god. Welcome, pile 4s, to the bonus pile. So this is where I take messages and also the collective takes messages. We take them together. Let's see what's going on. Why do people dislike us? I am so nervous. And of course, immediately the Ace of Cups comes out. We do have the codependency card. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay. Let's go ahead and jump in. I'm gonna try to make this quick because I would like to shower before I go to work. So hopefully I can get this done maybe like 10-15 minutes. But you know me, I can start yapping, especially pile 4s. You know, we don't take things as serious here in pile 4s. This is the bonus pile. This is kind of like the after party. I try to take the other piles more serious, more professional, but this pile, we're just having some fun here. So why do they hate you? Because you're a little kitty cat. No, I'm just being stupid. Because, okay, you could have cat-like characteristics, like where you're independent, you are a bit moody, or like you like things to be your way. And it's so funny that this came out because my cat is like circling me right now because it's dinner time. And like, I'm just looking at her, I'm like, why are you so bossy? Like, she just keeps being like, meow, meow. I'm like, who taught you to be so, demanding, girl? So people could even think that you are a bit like demanding, or it's like you want things your way, you know? It's like, when it's time to eat, it's time to eat. And I am actually getting that with the Hierophant. You know, the Hierophant represents traditions. It also represents like religious, like, organizations and things. And so I feel like people dislike you because you're a bit traditional. They dislike you because you're traditional. You like things done a certain way. Like, you believe in traditions. You believe that there is a way to kind of go about things that is helpful to like protecting traditions, allowing them to strive, allowing them to continue forward. It's like I'm hearing that saying where it's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I'm also seeing in my head, like with the way that he's dressed, it reminds me of this TikToker. I cannot remember his name. I feel so bad. I just barely found him like this past like month, this past like couple weeks. But he has nothing but old school like furniture and appliances. Like he has an old ass like ice chest and like this old ass like stove. Like it's like all from the 1900s, you know. I don't even know how old this stuff is. Even his car, like he drove his car, his old ass car. But it's like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. It's like nothing was really wrong with the way we were doing things, you know. It's just we adapted, we evolved, we grew to new traditions, right? So people might kind of hate you because they feel like you're stuck in the past a bit. Like maybe you are stuck to a way of seeing things or like a tradition. It's kind of giving me like wifey energy, I'm not gonna lie. And I have struggled with this. Like I can openly admit that. Is like I kind of feel like one of my comfort characters from The Nanny, one of my favorite sitcoms ever made, The Nanny, you know, Fran Fine, she has this obsession with marriage. You know what I mean? It's like you kind of have to understand that it doesn't have to be for everyone, or you know, like it's kind of like people dislike, maybe they dislike that about you, where it's like you're very old-fashioned. Like you like things to kind of go by the book, you know. It's like you need to ask me on a date, we need to like go to step or base one, you know, like step one, step two. It's like there's something about being classy or like being old school, old fashioned that people dislike about you because they feel like it's kind of like it is old, like it's outdated. That's what it is. It's outdated. So there could be some kind of like subconscious beliefs that you still carry about like gender. Like it could even be gender where it's like the man's role is to provide, the woman's role is to take care of the house, the woman's role is to have kids and, you know, throw away all her dreams. So it's like you could still struggle with that because it kind of is going hand in hand with the codependency. So it's like maybe you were relying on validation of becoming somebody very traditional. So it's like people dislike you because they feel like you're coming from a place of tradition because of your codependency. Ooh, that's deep. What is going? Okay, people psychoanalyzing you. This is so fun. This is fun. Okay, sorry. I'm like, how did y'all deal with the other piles? Like, especially pile 3. Oof, if I picked pile 3, I would be like crying, Loki. I think it would have really hurt my feelings. But this one, but pile 3 also got this codependency card, you know what I mean? So it's like, we all have a shadow. We all deal with things. People dislike things about us, you know? But yeah, I think people dislike you because you could care about other people's opinions of you, you know? Like, you do put weight on them. With the Ace of Cups, people dislike you because you like yourself. Like, people dislike you because you love yourself and you fill up your own cup. And it's so interesting to combat this code. Like, it's like maybe you struggle with codependency, but at the same time, like, you really do. Maybe you're learning to love yourself because it is the ace, you know, so it's the beginning kind of energy. Like maybe you're learning how to fill up your cup, how to love on yourself. But I feel like people dislike that energy of like this self-love that you're developing or you've already developed. Like people dislike it. They don't, I think there's a bit of jealousy. And we do have this energy of jealousy at the bottom, and I was like, damn, like these people think you're jealous, like they think that you are being envious. But I do kind of get this energy of people kind of being jealous of you, and and that's where the dislike is coming from, is because like they see your self-love and they're jealous of that. They also see this Hierophant energy, which, look how snazzy he looks. Okay, like look how good he is looking. He is outstepping, you know. It's like people would be jealous of this look. It's like you have this old school class. You could be very well put together when you go out, and so like very clean. And so I do feel like it is, you know, it, what's the word, ignites jealousy in others at times, and that's why they dislike you, is because they're like, oh, pile 4 just loves themselves so much. Oh, pile 4 thinks that they look so good. They're all dressed up. It's like, okay, you could be dressed up too. You could love yourself too. You know, people dislike you because you're indecisive. They feel like you go back and forth, which is totally on target. People feel like you change your mind a lot. Yeah, they just feel like you have a hard time making a decision. It's like making a solid decision of like, this is what I want to do. This is what I'm doing. And, you know, I am a fearful avoidant attachment. Surprise. And that is very much going back and forth between avoidant and anxious, And so I feel like people dislike that about you, is that you go back and forth. That at times you are very avoidant, or like at times you're very like clingy. But they just feel like you can't seem to make up your mind as well. You have a hard time making decisions. With the 7 of Wands in reverse, people feel like you don't explain yourself. Like you don't feel the need to explain yourself. It's like people expect you to be defensive. People almost want you to become defensive. Like, this is how I am, because like, it's like I'm supposed to sit here and explain why I'm a fearful avoidant. I'm supposed to sit here and explain why I'm old-fashioned or I struggle with codependency. It's like I'm supposed to sit here and explain or defend myself and be like, oh, like be very defensive. It's like people expect you to be defensive, but I don't think that you are. I think that you kind of let people assume. You leave it open. Like I think you're an open person as well, where it's like if people asked you, I think that you would tell them. Like you know, not like to a degree of like kind of being naive where you're just telling your business to everybody, but it's like if you trust somebody, have that relationship with somebody, and they ask you, you're gonna tell them the truth. You're very open. Yeah, it's like, but people almost, they dislike you for being open. They feel like you should be more defensive, or this really is giving like people that don't want you to feel comfortable in yourself. You know, it's like people that just want you to dislike yourself and want you to like explain yourself, defend yourself. But I don't think you feel the need to do that. You're like, I'm not going to be put in survival mode. I'm not going to be put in a defensive mode just to serve you. Why would I waste my energy, you know, kind of it. So people dislike you for that. We also had memories slip out. Whenever I picked up the deck, it slid out from the bottom. It says reminiscing, dwelling, good times, looking back. So people dislike you because they actually have good memories with you, and I think it upsets people that like don't have access to you anymore. Like they look back at the good times, they reminisce, and they dislike you because they're like, what happened? Like there is an energy of like, why aren't we friends? Or like, why aren't we in each other's lives? I don't know. Memories, like people hate the memories. People dislike you because of their own memories with you. We have heartstrings. So it says stringing along, get pregnant, entrapment, playing with feelings. Yeah, it's like, I think this goes along with the 2 of Swords energy, where it's like, and even codependency, where it's like people feel like when it comes to relationships, you kind of play games. Like you kind of play games because it's like you're always going from avoidant to anxious, so it's almost like people feel like you can't make up your mind. You're not really giving people reassurance or confirmation of how you're feeling. Like there is an element here of like mystery, where it's like people feel like they don't know what you're thinking. They don't know what you're thinking. So People dislike you because they feel like you're stringing them along emotionally. They feel like you're playing with their heart, you're playing with their feelings. I'm not really getting anything with the pregnancy thing. Entrapment. Yeah, not really. Yeah, people could be thinking that maybe you just want a baby, like not a relationship as well. Like there's an energy here where it's like, maybe it ties in with the Hierophant and the traditions, the old school, like gender normative society kind of BS that's coming through, where it's like you maybe feel this need to get pregnant, like your clock is ticking or something, and it's like, so people feel like you're not really serious about the relationship, but you're wanting a baby. That's crazy. That's insane. So people dislike you for that like you're not wanting to actually build that relationship first. We have finality, differences, divorce, breakup, not looking back. Exactly. And I think that goes boom hand in hand with people that have good memories, good times with you. It's like once it's done, it's done. Like you're very much that person that it's like once the divorce is set, there's no going back. Like once we have established our differences, I'm not going to look back. I'm not going. Once again, it also feels like this element of like people wanting you to defend yourself, people wanting you to kind of like stay in something toxic just to kind of like keep fighting. They like, people want you to be in this fight energy, but I feel like you're really just like done. Like it's giving me like Summer Walker's new album, like over it. I'm finally over it. Yeah, so people dislike you because like once you have, and maybe that's why you're so indecisive, because it's like once you actually make that decision, it's final. It's absolutely final. You're kind of strict. I like that. You're kind of strict. It's strict around here. It is strict around here, baby. So yeah, it's like I'm not going to look back at this bullshit. But yeah, we did have, yeah, I'm not really sure about this energy. So the Four of Wands in reverse and jealousy. Four of Wands in reverse is just giving me like some instability. I don't know why people, it feels like within a home. So it's like people could dislike you because of some kind of instability to do with the home. I think it's going to be very specific. So if you know, you know. But there's something to do with the home and why people don't like you. But we have jealousy, yeah, rumors, pettiness, being envious, talking behind back. I feel like this is a projection. I feel like people expect you to be very like envious or like petty, to be talking about people behind their back, but I think it's kind of a projection. Like I think people do this to you almost in a retaliation because they assume that you're sitting there doing the same thing. But I don't know. I don't really think that you are. Yeah, I just lifted it. It says only you, focused on just you, observing you, watching you. There's no one like you. I feel like this is you to yourself, where it's like I'm just trying to focus on myself. You know, I think you're working on codependency as well. So you're just like trying to not seek validation from others, focusing on yourself. And I don't know, I get that that's more of a projection there. So let's get one final card. I feel like I'm running out of time. I need a shower. Okay, let's see here. Why do people dislike you? Eight of Pentacles. Come on, it's strict around here. They dislike you because you work hard, because you put your back into it. I think, and it's so interesting, we have the 8 and then we have the 9 in reverse. So it's almost like this is really a blockage for you, and that's why people dislike you, is because I feel like if you could really focus on your codependency, get a handle on it and turn it around, it's like you would be evolving, you would be growing. So maybe that's also where it's like people dislike your codependency because it really holds you back. But people dislike you, yeah, it says education, detail, perseverance, overly careful, apprenticeship, talent, high standards, skill. Do I need to say more? This is giving jealous. They're jealous of the education, they're jealous of the detail, they're jealous of your perseverance, they're jealous of you being cautious, careful, your talent, your high standards, and your skill. Like, you're a hard-ass worker and people can't stand it. So I'm gonna leave it at that. Thank you guys so much for being here. This was a lot of fun. I'm gonna hop in the shower, get to work on editing this little video here. Thank you so much for being here. Seriously, if you guys stay till the end like this, or if you watch multiple piles, it just means so much to me. Like, I love you guys with all my heart. I cannot wait to get you guys more and more and more and more and more and more more and more readings, as much as your little heart desires. So till next time, guys, love, light, protection, blessings. Bye.